This is part 2 of a 2-part training module. The first module reviewed the retinal image evaluation and grading of diabetes-related retinopathy. Part 2 is a self-paced learning module to improve individual grading skills by evaluating images. Before commencing with the self-evaluation slides, let's quickly review the image evaluation process and how the practice self-evaluation is set up. To evaluate a retinal image, start by establishing a set routine. Examine the optic disc. Next, follow the major vessel arcades. Carefully focus and scan on the peripheral retina. Lastly, scan on the territory between the vessel arcades, making sure to consciously focus on the fovea and surrounding macular area. Careful attention should be paid to consciously focusing rather than a casual scan to avoid missing areas of retinopathy. You will be given 5 seconds to evaluate 2 or more images, then asked to answer 6 questions. The first set of questions will ask, is there any non-proliferative or proliferative diabetes retinopathy? Is there any observable or clinically significant macular edema? This will be followed by question answers. The second set of questions will ask, is there any proliferative retinopathy? Is there any clinically significant macular edema? And the last set of questions will ask, are there any other ocular disorders? The last question asks you to distinguish between mild or severe non-proliferative retinopathy. This question applies only if non-proliferative retinopathy is present. It is not answered if proliferative retinopathy is seen. The answers to each set of questions will be shown after 3 seconds. Pause the video at any point to give yourself the time you need to evaluate the image and answer questions. Unpause when ready to proceed. Your mission is to review the next 10 slides and answer the questions. The purpose is to improve grading skills, not evaluate how many questions were answered correctly. Because macular edema is a consequence or sequela of diabetes-related retinopathy, diabetes macular edema is classified as retinopathy even without showing signs of non-proliferative or proliferative retinopathy. It is estimated that worldwide, up to 7% of people with diabetes may have macular edema. The retinal neovascularization, fibrosis, and laser scars are all indicative of diabetes-related proliferative retinopathy. microaneurysm in this image is an indicator of mild, non-proliferative retinopathy. Without careful observation, the IRMA in this slide is easy to overlook. The extensive neovascularization, retinal hemorrhage, and fibrosis make identification of proliferative retinopathy a safe bet when grading this retinal image. Screening is not intended as a substitute for a comprehensive vision exam. Although this person has only mild non-proliferative retinopathy, the images show signs of potential glaucoma and macular drusen. At times, the color image may be more informative than the red-free filter. Toggling between color and red-free images may improve image evaluation. The incidence of asteroid hyalosis is estimated to be between 1.2 and 1.96% of the U.S. population. Although studies have found that it is not statistically correlated with diabetes, its presence degrades image quality and increases the need for referral. The presence of Irma and Vetus beating in two quadrants categorizes this retinal image as a severe case of nonproliferative retinopathy. People diagnosed with diabetes are 2 to 5 times more likely to develop cataracts compared to people without diabetes. Similar to asteroid hyalosis, the presence of cataracts degrades image quality and increases the need for referral. In this example of proliferative retinopathy, the arrow shows lines of traction in the region between the macula and the optic disc. In this example of proliferative retinopathy, these images show the effects of gravity on an active pre-retinal hemorrhage in real time. In summary, developed a fixed step-by-step routine for evaluating and grading images. Consciously focus on all the retinal landmarks in the same order for each image. Using this short exercise as a beginning, the adage that practice makes perfect also applies to screening retinal images for diabetes-related retinopathy. Triage and referral protocol will be discussed in Module H, entitled Setting Up a Screening Program. Diabetes-related retinopathy screening can provide needed services to persons with diabetes in underserved areas to better manage their eye care. These modules were developed to enhance education and clinical skills for those interested in providing diabetes-related retinopathy screening. Thank you.